Hey, it's Sandro here. Zach and I, we're the hosts of Oldie But a Goodie, and we're so glad that you're back for a second serving of Evil Dead. While we are on break for all of January, we are releasing all 5 Evil Dead bonus episodes from our Patreon vaults, and it's time for a review of the very funny Evil Dead 2. We hope you enjoy it. If you get to the end of this episode and you're like, I want to hear the rest of these as soon as possible, patreon.com/oldiebuddygoodypod. You can head there. You can get the entire back catalog. That's like 70 bonus episodes are up there. 70 plus, actually. Maybe even 70, closer to 75. There's so many. You can head there. You can get them. Patreon.com/oldiebuddygoodypod. It is $3.50 a month. And we are actually releasing a new bonus episode in 2 weeks. Up there on Patreon. It's the only episode we're releasing this month before we're back on the main show in February. But if you don't want to subscribe, you don't have to, because right here you're going to get Evil Dead 2 straight from the Patreon vaults. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next week for another little before the show announcement, because this is what I do now, and I'm loving it.
I'll swallow your soul, I'll swallow your soul, I'll swallow your soul.
Swallow this. Bow chicka wow wow.
Oh, hey, there it is.
yeah.
Hello, patrons.
Welcome to this extra groovy episode.
Oh, that accent, though.
Yeah, that's the way he says it. It's groovy.
Groovy.
He's one, like, over-exaggerated facial expression away from Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Like, he's one flick of the head, jaw wiggle away from being Jim Carrey, and it's a good time.
He is actually. I've never watched that film thinking that he was like Jim Carrey, but now that you say it, thinking back on it, just saw it. I'm like, yeah.
He's got the same wild eyes, but he uses them to seem more insane rather than comedic. He's still very comedic, but he's the chaotic evil, whereas Jim Carrey's chaotic good, sort of.
It depends what movie you're talking about, I guess. When I think Jim Carrey, classic Jim Carrey, I'm thinking Ace Ventura. The Mask is a little bit more chaotic evil.
Yeah, The Mask is actually chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both chaotic. I think we can agree on, they both have a lot of chaotic energy.
What a tangent to start off this little Patreon episode with.
I think it's relatable.
You haven't seen anything yet, though. We've still got the third film to watch. But before we do that...
Yeah, and I feel like this film series already is nose diving into the wacky zone.
Oh.
What an ending. Oh my god. Is this what 3 is?
It's 3, the medieval dead? Maybe.
My god. I'm so excited already.
This is great. So, we are watching all of the Evil Dead movies here on Patreon. In case you don't know, I don't know why you wouldn't know, because, Evil Dead episode was 2 weeks ago, and now we're talking about number 2.
Isn't it also titled Evil Dead?
That as well. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're just spending your money?
Thank you.
Willy-nilly, not even reading the titles of the episode.
We appreciate it. Please continue. Anyway.
You were pretty lukewarm on the first Evil Dead film.
Yeah, I was very flaky. I wasn't sure if I enjoyed it a lot or enjoyed it a lot. Those were my 2 options.
Yeah,
enjoyed it or was bemused or bored. Those were the 3 things, because I felt all 3 of those throughout that film. This one definitely improved on just everything.
It's hard for me to separate any of them. So, but all 3 get 5 stars from me. I think they're all incredible. But I think they're all incredible with the knowledge of it as a completed piece.
Yes, this one makes the first one better, although also bad because of the intro. What was that? Anyway.
The first 7 minutes of this movie are not canon.
Yeah, you explained it, why it's in there, but it's also dumb, and they should have just not done it. And if you just cut that first 7 minutes, it's fine. The rest of it's fine.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Evil Dead 2, first of all, watch it. 100% watch it.
If you like gory horror, you will love this series, I feel. So
if you like comedy horror, you'll like them after the first one.
If you like films, You should watch this.
If you like the original Spider-Man trilogy, you watch this. It's where it all started.
And you are a man of culture as well.
If you're excited for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, directed by Sam Raimi, see where Sam Raimi began.
Yeah.
With this. This. The first 7 minutes of Evil Dead 2, in case you don't know, the first 7 minutes of Evil Dead 2 are a recap of the first film, except they aren't at all. It's a completely different thing.
It's a recap that they also retcon for a remake. They remake the first movie in a retcon 7-minute recap.
Except if you watch it from 7 minutes onwards, directly after the end of the first film, you're not missing out on any information.
No, it does it add anything? No, only maybe the mum bit?
Well, the reason they did that was because the first movie... Actually, all 3 films are released by different production companies. So, the first one is New Line. Then, Sam Raimi went off and made this weird movie called Crime Wave, which is awful, but definitely watch it, because it's very funny. He made that with the Coen brothers. It is atrocious. It is a train wreck from start to end, but it's a lot of fun to watch. He made that, and everyone was like, well, guess Sam Raimi's never making a movie again. But Stephen King was like, oh, I quite liked that first Evil Dead movie. I'll talk to the production company I'm working with, try and get him in on a deal. And so that's how this movie started, was he got picked up by a different production company, could make a sequel to Evil Dead, couldn't use any footage from the Evil Dead, though. So they had to reshoot it all. And we get this weird alternate version of the first film where it's just Ash and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
They reshoot the decapitation with a shovel, and then the actual movie starts.
Yeah. It's. I guess it's a way you could watch this movie without watching the first one.
A lot of people do. When I first saw this movie, I watched it without watching the first one. I was just like, I'll watch Evil Dead 2, because it's the funny one. And I got pretty much everything out of it.
I mean, you do, but, like, you also don't. So, I feel like they could have just not done a random-ass recap thing, and it would have been fine. But also, because it's an R-rated, 18+, all that stuff, it's possible a lot of people didn't see the first one. Or didn't get to, because it was banned everywhere, I believe.
Yeah.
It was like, a lot of places were like...
You could get it on VHS, I think, because this came out in 87, so that's 6 years after the first one. You could probably get it on VHS.
I mean, you could. That doesn't mean you did.
No, because it's the 80s.
I'm sure there's a lot of moviegoers that just didn't get things on VHS, so it's fair to have some sort of recap, I think. Back then, more than it is nowadays, you know. It is very dated now, and I think you could probably just skip that now.
Yeah, just skip the intro. It's not important. Also, I don't love as well how with the intro, Ash is immediately kind of silly.
What do you mean?
In that opening, he's cracking jokes. He's been a bit more sillier than he was in the first film. Whereas what I like about these two movies is that you're just watching this poor man just be driven more and more insane over the course of a night.
Yeah. He's doing that goofy boyfriend bit.
Yeah.
But he loses that almost immediately as soon as things start going wrong, though, right?
Yeah, when the movie actually starts, he goes back to the character from the first film.
Well, I feel like that might be just a thing, that he was more of a silly person till he had to decapitate his girlfriend.
Maybe.
I would forgive that bit at least. I was a big fan of Ash, the actor and the character.
Oh, Bruce Campbell's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god. This really brought it out. So, comparing it to the first one, I mean, should we talk about, hey, Sandro, what's your opinion on this movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
The whole trilogy is just the best horror trilogy of all time. So, yeah, look, it's not as gory as the first one, but the comedic timing is incredible. It's definitely, the great thing about this trilogy is the first one's incredible for gore, the second one's incredible for being like a black, dark comedy, and then the third one is just an all-out comedy, and it's ridiculous. So they all do something different, and they all do it really well. So even though the gore in this is quite limited, everything else is fantastic. It's very funny. There
are a few things that don't make sense plot-wise.
Yep.
I like how one of my favorites being that the mother only exists once she's acknowledged by the tape recorder that he buried her underground, and it's like immediately after he says, "Oh, I buried her in the cellar," boom, she's suddenly there. Yeah, she wasn't there for the whole first movie. She wasn't there for like the beginning.
Yep.
Like, couldn't this have been like a, hey, some random woman showed up, I wonder who she is, and then it turns out, oh, hey, she's the mother, that sort of thing.
In the first movie, they never really go down into the basement and properly explore.
No.
They lock the original Deadite down there, but they never actually go down.
Yeah, look. You could excuse it from the first movie. That's fine. The first movie's a different production company. Look, the first movie doesn't matter in this. I'm just saying she was there. She could have. But more to the point, in this movie, she appears when the movie acknowledges her existence, which is rather silly.
And when she's in zombie makeup as well, she's played by Sam Raimi's brother, which I love. I love deceased grandmother, who's the director's brother in drag, is just incredible, and I love that that's in this movie.
Fantastic. Good stuff.
But the story of Evil Dead 2, though, quick recap. Is there a story? Not really.
Yeah, well, yes, there is a story. There is a story, and I think it's more in this film than it was in the other one. They tried to expand it a bit more, added a bit more.
Yeah, the lore's expanded on, definitely.
The lore is expanded on. Yeah, there's lore. Don't know if there's story. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, I feel. There's definitely a lot of lore. There's not much story. So, there's Necronomicon.
The Necronom-nom-nom.
The Necronom-nom-nom, as it's known in circles.
Yes. Circles? Triangles. Satanic.
So, this bad boy causes, what are they called? The demon things? They have
the Deadites.
The Deadites, yes. What a stupid.
It started in the medieval ages, though, so it's fine. It can be really dumb and make no sense.
Yeah. Deadites.
Hark, 'tis be Deadites is the best line in this movie.
The Necronomicon is dug up by some old dude and his family, and the old dude summons demons by accident and has to kill his wife. Cut to 1,000,000 years later.
The events of the first movie happen.
So using the Necronomicon, the first thing they do, the Necronom-nom-nom, the Num-Num-Num-Num-Num, they summon demons. Then the second bit of the book is to collect the demons into a mass of evil.
Yes.
The Evil Dead. And then the last bit of the book is to kill the Evil Dead.
Yes.
And I like how, presumably just the first movie, the whole problem with that was they just read the first bit and then nothing happened.
Yep, pretty much. They just read the first bit and was like, oh, whoops. This was a mistake. And then it takes these random people to show up at the house like the next day to actually fix everything.
Yeah. But also, wasn't the book burnt in the first one? Wasn't
Yes.
that was a plot?
It was. However, in the second film, we see the new characters, because we're introduced to a bunch of new characters, and they're getting off a plane with some extra pages that they found.
I see.
That explain the rest of the ritual.
I
So
see.
technically, the book is destroyed, but these pages are not.
I see. Thank you for clarifying that, Sandro. So, it was not, in fact, the fault of the first guys, because they didn't have the extra pages that would have gotten rid of the evil.
Exactly.
Convenient that the dad took the one page that would summon the bad stuff, but not deal with it.
I don't know why those pages were ripped out of the book in the first place, but they were.
It is perhaps the work of some evil deadites, perhaps.
Maybe we'll see in the prequel sequel. I like that as well, how in the book there is a picture of Ash in medieval times.
Yeah, that was the most obvious, something's gonna happen with that. Hey, doesn't that look like our main character holding a chainsaw? Suspicious.
But the first movie and this one, they really do work as a double feature if you do just ignore that first 7 minutes. Because in that first movie...
you can play them back to back.
Yeah, it literally works, right? Because he exits the house during the day in the first film. the Force grabs him and pushes him through the air, which is where you'd start watching, with Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, and I like that they add that the sun, they don't like the morning or the sun. They can't exist in it. Because the first movie, it all just so happens to happen at night.
Yes.
Because night's scarier. And then they added the fact that, well, funnily enough, if the first movie was all happening, they can add this whole thing that at day they're safe, that the demons can't exist during the day. They added that in, and it just so happens to work with the first movie, which is cool.
Yeah. But Bruce Campbell, man, he's so good.
Oh, he's amazing.
And he puts everything into his performance. Like that one scene where he's alone in the cabin and his hand gets possessed. And his hand's just like throwing plates on his head. And he's just going for it, man.
Yes. I love it. Watching an actor smash himself with fake plates over and over again.
So good.
That was fantastic. Because you take one step out of that film and it's just an actor smashing plates on his own head, and that's fantastic. It was brilliant. I loved the whole 15-minute plot arc of him fighting his own hand. What is this, an allegory for puberty?
Hey!
Comedy hour.
And just that this guy has had such a hard run of it, right? That he's just willing to just chop his hand off with a chainsaw. He's like, right, that's it. I know what to do. I've seen 4 of my friends die from this evil power. My hand's now infested. I just gotta chop it off.
Yeah, I love that he's just going completely insane.
It's so good. So all throughout this movie, he's amazing. Did you like the 4 new characters that were introduced in this one as well? Because we've got the daughter of the guy that originally kind of recorded the recording that set this whole thing up. We got her boyfriend, and then we've got 2 hillbillies who know the woods like the back of their hands. Going
from my most like to least like, we have obviously the main character. Maybe I'll put Grandma next. I liked Grandma. She was sort of an introduced character, I'd say.
Grandma, as played by Ted Raimi. Good stuff.
Yeah, Ted Raimi. Good actor. Good brother of a director.
He's great.
Then I'd like Hillbilly Guy.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah. He just wants to get out. He's a little bit of an idiot. And by a little bit, I mean completely.
Very much so.
His whole role is to just make poor decisions this whole film.
Well, yeah, that is definitely a criticism, I think, with this movie, is that they are like, we just need a bunch more meat bags. Let's just introduce a bunch of random characters.
Oh, right, yeah. But
which is fine. I mean, it's a horror, whatever.
The real meat sacks are the ones I've left for last, like the boyfriend and girlfriend. There's the girlfriend of the hillbilly, whose whole role is to go, and then run into the woods and almost repeat the mistakes of the first movie.
The movie's consistently taking stuff from the first movie and just making it super, way more ridiculous. In the first movie, you got sentient horny tree. In this movie, all the trees are chasing people all over the forest. They're nuts.
At least they're not horny anymore.
No. Thank God.
But, the male boyfriend of the daughter of the researcher dude.
Yeah.
That boyfriend had no role in this film. Had zero anything.
Yeah.
The only thing that happened to him was he turned into a demon. And I mean, Demon him certainly had a role, as they had to, murder the demon. But, she doesn't seem to care that he's dead.
No.
Was there ever a point where she went, oh, my boyfriend's dead? No. No, she doesn't care. So the 2 flesh bags at the back there. But Hillbilly Boy, and then, I like the girl character, how she's just irrationally mad at the guy who's stuck in this cabin. So they come in. When they're introduced, he accidentally shoots at them.
Yeah.
And they are like, oh my god, this guy's crazy with a gun. Let's lock him in the basement. And then they have this whole thing where they're like, oh hey, there's the recording of the dad's stuff. Oh hey, it talks about how the mother went crazy because of demons, and I buried her in the basement. And then they hear the demon in the basement and they're like, oh shit, We just put that guy down there with the demon.
With that as well, though, I'm thinking about it now. The Deadites, they're a very... they love their drama. They're pranksters. They love putting on a show. So maybe Mama Deadite was just waiting down in the basement, waiting for her time to shine. She knew the recording was going to just happen at some point.
Yeah, she was just waiting. I mean, absolutely. I think the demons definitely are crazy, and therefore do not make rational decisions.
Oh, not at all.
I think they could have easily won versus the people. They could possess them after all.
Yeah.
You could literally just, like, possess one person, make them murder themselves, possess the next person, right? Mm-hmm. You just do that, chop, 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 you go through everybody, they're dead. But the demons don't do that, because they want to have a bit of fun.
Exactly.
They want to have a bit of kooky time.
They want to reanimate the body of Ash's dead girlfriend and do ballet.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Do a little bit of ballet. Hey, the music's on, you know? And I think they can retain some of the memories. They can access the memories, so they can do that. They can enjoy some of their memories.
Yeah. A few more things to mention. Did you feel like this movie was missing gore?
It depends. It depends what you mean. There was still a lot of blood.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, there was still the dismemberment of bodies quite a bit. I don't think it was missing gore. It just didn't have as much as the first one.
Yeah, not as...
It wasn't as over the top.
Yeah, because that first film, I know I mentioned it a lot in our episode on it, but, like, it has that, I'm not meant to be watching this quality of gore.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, you could watch it in a theater with like 100 people and just be like, I'm just watching a regular like blockbuster movie, it's horror.
Yeah. There's nothing that really goes over the top. There's like when the girlfriend dismembers herself with a chainsaw by accident. Like the walking corpse. That's pretty gory.
Yeah.
And the old lady flying about and then getting chopped up, that was pretty gory.
Yeah, Ted Raimi goes full on Baron Harkonnen, laughing around and floating.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
She just wants to take over the spice trade, you know? so, you know, she's not that bad.
Exactly.
Honestly, kind of similar characters, to be honest. Equally as likely to murder you.
Yes. Although I can't see Ted Raimi's mother character ripping off the nipples of young boys to eat their blood.
I can!
Actually, no, I definitely can.
I think they're a match made in heaven. Let's get some fan fiction.
Actually, I want to see that. I'd see that. I'd see that.
So there was a few things I wanted to say about the movie.
Yep.
I think the production value definitely went up.
Yes.
It was noticeably...
Well, the first movie was $350,000. This is $3.5 million.
Yeah. The production value got a lot more money. That being said, the first one did really well with what they had.
No, it's great. Yeah.
But you can see they put a big budget behind this because they were like, hey, first one did really well. We can make money on this. Here's a bigger budget.
Yeah.
And they used that to good effect. Like, we had the trees just near the end going ape. You had the, like, vortex of doom. You had the giant amalgamation of evil.
Yeah.
You had... I think in that scene, there's like a wall of heads.
Yep.
And it's only in that one scene where the heads are going, we win. Like, that's just an amazing effect, but it's only utilized in that scene. They don't ever use it again, and it's just for that. They have these suits, an army of suited knights. They have the grandmother flying about with a neck. The stop motion effects are still in, which I like.
Yes.
They have bits.
But even then, the prosthetics for, like, the demon faces just look... They're not people with clown makeup on. They're actual demon faces this time.
Yeah. There was still faces with clown makeup on.
Oh, definitely.
Which I appreciated. I liked...
It's a classic.
I liked the girlfriend's head, the way they did that sort of effects. where he put the head in a clamp
yes.
because he was going to chop it up. But the way they angled it, it was just the actor underneath, like, the table or whatever, so she could move her head. But it looked like a severed head, that was on a clamp. And I thought that was a very, very clever way. There was a lot of good quotes from this film. We talked about it at the very start, but he's like, groovy.
Groovy is the classic line. I love it.
And suck on this.
Suck on this.
Or whatever. What is it? No, swallow this. Yeah, swallow this.
Swallow your soul, swallow your soul.
Swallow this. Shotgun blast to the head. He is the most action hero I think we've seen an action hero be.
Yes.
Because he's gone through great adversity. So I feel like his one-liners are deserved at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like he's not the best action hero or the most action hero, but he's the most deserved action
I don't know,
hero.
just you wait.
Oh, look, I'm looking forward to the third one immensely because of the ending of this film. Because the way it sets it up is incredible. Throughout this film, certain things happen. We talked about it earlier, the severing of the hand. The severing of the hand is amazing. I love this. One of my favorite quotes, great work, Thing. Way to lend a hand. Oh, wait, that's the wrong movie series. Oops.
Hey. Well, how about, though, when he chops off the hand, he puts it under a bucket, secures the bucket with a bunch of books, and the top book is A Farewell to Arms.
That was so stupid. That was so dumb. I was like, yes!
So good.
Yes! That was like... so on the nose, they were like slapping you.
Yeah.
They were physically slapping you on the nose. How on the nose that was.
The voices the hand makes as well is just, it's great.
Yeah, why does the hand make like noise? How does it make... I loved it when the hand flipped him off and he's like, oh, you. they're like... the hand sits there and they're having this whole, like, jive off. He doesn't shoot it straight away. They're, like, jiving off each other.
Yeah.
Because he's gone so mad at this point, he doesn't go... Earlier, him would have been like, bang, dead, hand gone.
Yeah.
No. But now he's a little kooky. He's having a conversation with this hand.
Yeah, exactly. And it almost crosses over into slapstick with the hand stuff as well. Almost. It treads the line and then goes right back to, like... shooting
well,
and
I think it is
jokes.
a bit slapsticky. When he's smashing himself with plates...
Oh, that is
I
slapstick.
think that's
Yeah.
full-on slapstick.
Yeah. He really just goes full action hero at the end of this movie, really setting up what I reckon you're going to absolutely love, which is the third franchise entry. There are a couple really solid moments that I did want to bring up. There's, right at the beginning of the movie, we get this tracking shot where the evil force, the POV of the evil force, is just chasing him throughout the entire house. And we go through every room of the house aside from the basement. And it's very, very well done. It just keeps going and on and on.
Yeah.
And it's good.
I feel like the POV stuff was a little shaky in the first one. Pardon the pun.
I love it. I love in the first one when it goes up to the door, it sees the door's shut and goes, no, just walks away.
Where in this one, it's like, oh no, there's a door in the way. Kaboosh!
Yeah, exactly.
Slams into it, knocks it over. It, like, multiple times, it just smashes through windows, you know? Which felt a little more, oh no, it's a demon, rather than, oh man, they shut the door in my face. Oh, shucks.
Yeah.
Oh, man. My one weakness, doors.
Oh, there's one moment where, kind of gave me goosebumps. Like, this movie, not super scary, but this one scene where, something spooky's happening. One of the characters turns to the other character and is like, Jake, you're holding my hand too tight.
Oh, no.
And he's like, babe, I'm not holding your hand. And then you hear, and it's the spooky hand, it's back.
Ah! Oh, absolutely terrifying.
So scary. God,
this is great. So going by my scale, I'll say the first movie is a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
This movie is a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Going by that logic, I'm very excited for the next movie. Because we've talked about it. We've talked about other things enough. The way this movie ends is incredible, and might be one of my favorite just whack-ass endings of all time.
It's very random, especially, just the way this franchise is like, we're just a small, scary gore fest in a cabin.
Yeah.
Now.
So what happens is, to defeat the amalgamation of all evil that they themselves create, because to defeat the demons, you have to amalgamate them into a demon, monster troll thing, and then you have to read again to defeat that thing.
To send it to hell or something. To stab it in the eye and push it into a vortex.
Yeah. So there's a lot of struggle, a lot of fighting as the guy... He's geared up. The way they do this is Ash attaches the chainsaw to the stump where his hand was.
Exactly.
And uses said chainsaw hand. He just has a chainsaw hand for the rest of the film, which is incredible. To saw off the shotgun, also incredible. So now he has a short-off shotgun and a chainsaw hand. What a goddamn mad lad. And he uses this to defeat the hag lady.
And the amalgamation of evil as well. But the thing is, when he defeats the amalgamation of evil, the vortex is still open, and he gets pulled in.
Oh, no!
And sent back to the year 1380.
Yes, so now this is question. I have a few questions, Sandro.
Don't ask any questions.
One.
Just let it happen.
Okay, but the portal was made by the book to defeat the demon. Was the demon sent to hell? Shouldn't he have been sent to hell? Is this hell? Is this actually AD? Well, when he sent back... Also, I knew this was going to happen because earlier the book was like, there's a legendary hero in this book, blah, blah, blah. So he sent back, plops down, and there's like crusaders there, and they're like, it's a part of the... whatever the fuck the demons are called.
Hark! 'Tis a deadite.
It's a deadite! And they go to murder him, but oh no! An actual deadite appears, a harpy. And nay, but thine hero stands up and uses his holy weapon of shotgunness to blast away the evil that sought to do him unjustly.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's good. And then we're left on a cliffhanger to the third film.
What the heck was this ending, Sandro?
Well, the trilogy itself, it's kind of ruined in the TV show that picks up after the third movie, but the trilogy itself is kind of a time paradox.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Because it's like, they find the book in a castle... In the 80s, they find the book in a castle, he brings it to the cabin, he reads, the evil is awoken... And then everything in the movies happened to defeat it. They send it back to the medieval times.
Yeah.
Where there's the book, and it keeps looping.
It makes sense. I figured there was some time shenanigans going on because he's reading a part of it which is about this legendary hero, which is himself.
Yeah.
So there's already a time paradox there. But it's definitely a setup for a movie that I am so excited for.
And we're going to do that next time on the show.
I really hope that this lives up to my expectations. Because it might be the best.
I love all three of these movies equally. But the third one is the one I've seen the most. So...
Okay, that's good. That's very good.
It's excellent stuff. But we'll talk about that next time. Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Then the next step on this one. All that's left is to rate Evil Dead 2. As I mentioned earlier, for me, all three are 5 out of 5 movies. So I would give this the Groovy Porridge Award. What would you give it?
The goodie in modern times, but the oldie back in time, but then a goodie in this time because of the loop.
No.
It's good. It's a goodie for me. Absolutely. I'm down to give this a groovy porridge.
Groovy Porridge Award. Because, look, Evil Dead 2, it did come out in 1987, which is the year we're currently covering. And it's one of the better movies of that year.
It's definitely the Groovy Porridge Award, and it makes me very excited for the next one.
But when you say Groovy Porridge Award, do you mean it's better than a goodie?
Oh, yeah.
Like Full Metal Jacket, or is it just a goodie?
Oh, I would think this is better. This is like exactly what I want from this sort of movie. I want to give it a 4.5, but if I do that, it will ruin the symmetry if I really like the next movie.
Yeah.
Because I want to give it a 3, a 4, and then I want to give the next movie a 5.
Yeah.
This is almost a 4.5 for me.
Excellent. All right.
If I was going between 4s and 4.5s, I think I'd give this a 4.2.
4.2. 420? This is definitely a 420 movie.
Because this guy is definitely blazing it for like 90%.
The entire film.
It's fantastic.
Well, hello there. My name's Sally McSeller. I'm an American, and I'm here to wish you a Happy New Year. Just kidding. I'm also here to sell you patreon.com/oldie-but-a-goodie-pod. Do you want to support Sandro and Zach through their podcasting adventures? Head over to patreon.com/oldie-but-a-goodie-pod and get bonus episodes like Friday the 13th Part 7. They reviewed it. Here's a clip. We've got Melissa. She's the rich one. I called her Princess Diana in my notes because she looks like Princess Diana. Not saying Princess Diana's mean, I'm just saying that what she was wearing looks very similar to something Princess Diana would wear.
I'm gonna hit you with a what the fuck, Sandro? That's fucked up.
And then the other characters...
Whoa. Before we move on, for you saying something even worse than before, I want you cancelled on Twitter for saying that character was Princess Diana.
That guy with... She looks like she's dressed like Princess Diana. I don't know what to say.
They're a bitch character. She's the rich bitch.
I guess. But I don't like saying that, so I'm calling her Princess Diana.
Rich bitch. Yeah, no, instead you're insulting the name of Princess Diana, our beloved monarch, our true queen.
Our beloved monarch? No monarchs are beloved, but she was one of the good ones, it's true. Oh my god, that was such a great clip, and you can head over to patreon.com/oldie-but-a-goodie-pod to get every single Friday the 13th review, including that one of number 7. It's Spooky Ookie, and I'm Sally McSeller. I'm an American. Oh, by the way, head to Patreon. You can also get ad-free and bonus episodes of the main show. That's crazy. And one bonus episode a month. Sometimes 2 if they're doing a special event. It's fucking amazing. Oh, I swore I should have done that. Yeehaw!
All right, before we wrap things up, we'll do a quick little segment of raving reviews, but I'm in charge.
Yes, I'm very excited for these lovely reviews. Please let me know what they say.
Ooh.
Between 0, as in nothing, and 5.
Yep, because it's letterboxed, and for some reason they allow 0 reviews. I'll start it off with a review from Carsten. It's probably quite easy for you to guess. The review says, the second a Farewell to Arms came into frame, it was 5 stars.
A 5 star!
Yeah! 5 stars.
Yeah. Farewell to Arms. So on the nose, it was perfect.
This one's from Dirk, who says, I really, really, really like that bit in between the opening and the closing credits. Which is the movie.
Because I actually got that bit, Sandra. I got the bit where he say he liked the whole movie.
Dirk is talking about the movie.
Yes, but what part of the movie, Sandra?
All of it, technically.
Is this a 4.5?
It's 5 out of 5.
It was 5 out of 5. I thought you might have mixed it up on me. Yep.
Well, jump over to a very long review, but I am fascinated by it, by Lightyear, who says,
Buzz?
Easily the worst film I've seen.
Oh.
Probably the worst film ever made. A complete and utter waste of time. Not everything needs to make sense. Scream! You just gotta be in the right mood. Nowhere near drunk enough for this. Needs more commentary. Sequel baiting crap. Apparently I logged this in 2007 and gave it a 6. No. Hacked. -6 maybe. Spoiler notes. LOL.
What?
I don't know.
You know what? I don't even feel bad if I get this one wrong, because this review, this is worse than things I find on Rotten Tomatoes,
Yes,
and that's saying something.
Pretty bad one.
Letterbox, is a higher grade of reviews, but this one is not. Is it 0.5?
It's 1 out of 5.
Fuck me. Are you serious?
It should be 0.5. I don't know why it isn't.
God damn it. I knew he would do that. He rated it -6 in his review.
I know, but then gives it a 1.
God damn it.
This is from Griffin. Most say this is a reboot of the first one, but I like to think Ash was just dumb enough to bring his new girlfriend to the cabin for round 2.
Agreed. That's my canon. 5 out of 5?
4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. I am very confused by this review. It's from Steven. What nonsense is this? It's like self-made stupid jokes.
Yeah, that does seem a little confused. I don't think they've grasped comedy yet.
No,
quite.
I think Steven hasn't quite gotten to the comedy part of life.
Yeah, he's used to people like making fun of other people, not setting up their own jokes, you know? He's never watched a comedy show. He's only made memes about people, celebrities on the internet.
Steven's watched Big Bang Theory, a show which is entirely about making fun of other people.
Yes, you won't find any comedy there.
No.
I think you rated this 2?
0.5 for that one.
Of course, there's the 0.5.
And we'll wrap it up with Dams, who says, this movie swallowed my soul.
5 out of 5.
It's 1 out of 5 for some reason.
What?
I don't know. It's a good review, though.
I think that was a less sensual swallow my soul than it's like, this movie swallowed my soul.
I'm going to write a review for this movie right now, which is this movie swallowed my soul, winky face. That's my Letterboxd review.
Of course.
If you see that on Letterboxd, you know why it's got the winky face now. That's the episode. Thank you so much for subscribing to our Patreon. As always, you're keeping the show alive and not dead and evil. I mean, we're still evil, but we're not dead. We're not dead.
Or are we?
Oh.
But
Next time we're doing Army of Darkness. Then after that we're doing the Evil Dead remake, reboot, resoft. It's kind of a sequel. Which Scorn's actually joining us for. He was like,
wow.
Hey, I heard you're doing Evil Dead. Can I do the remake? I was like, all right.
Wow. Good on him.
He's coming through with that. And that'll be all for next month. Also, Dune is technically out next month.
What?
I don't know if we're going to be able to see it.
No.
I hope we can.
But it'll be on the list of the to-dos.
Yes. As soon as we're able to see it, we will watch it and we'll do an episode on it. Because I'm keen as to see this new Dune movie.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love Lynch's one. I wanna see how they unre-Lynchin it.
Well, it is the director of Blade Runner 2, and that was incredible. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But that is all the October episodes, which I'm keen for. Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2013, hopefully Dune. So we'll see you next month. And yeah, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you subscribe, you are groovy.
You're a certified groovy guy.
Groovy. That was Austin Powers. Right?
Groovy.
Groovy. What a movie. You get Ace Ventura, you get Ash, and you get Austin Powers.
All in one.
All in one.
And also the stone giant from the Never-Ending Story.
I hate him, but alright. Just chuck him in there.
Yeah, because this is a giant evil amalgamation, right? He looks,
Oh, right, the nothing.
My big, strong hands.
And then one of his hands gets possessed, and he's only got one strong hand. The Never-Ending Evil could be the title of that.
Oh.
Yeah.